What's up, closers and entrepreneurs? Tryson Jones coming at you again for another Top 5 Friday. I appreciate all your guys' engagement, sharing, liking. We're starting to build some momentum here, which is exciting. I've put in, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of hard work just to get to where I am. And I know that once the momentum starts building, then it's not going to slow down. So keep engaging, keep sharing, and I hope I can keep bringing more and more value to you so that you'll feel more prompt to do that. But nonetheless, hope you guys have been having a great week. I myself have an adventure going, and we're getting that off the ground, and so far so good. It's always slow rolling when you get things started, but I think things are going to turn out very, very well. So nonetheless, that's what I've got going on. Been very busy with that, therefore I haven't been able to put out a lot of content this week, but hopefully as things settle down there, I'll be able to kind of shift my focus back into other places so that I can serve you guys on a worldwide level rather than serving my customers that I get in the office. So nonetheless, here is what I would identify as the top 5 laws of leadership. And this is something obviously that I've been focused on recently because and starting a new business, I need to make sure that my leadership is in tune, if you will, so that I can create the culture that I want. And so these are things that I identified, and this is out of my own brain. I didn't read this out of a book, copycat it, reword it, whatever. Some of these things are obviously relevant to other things that you've been taught, but these are 5 laws of leadership that I feel are critical to creating good employees, if you will, good salespeople, if you will, good people that will work for you to help you accomplish your goal. So, number 1 is law of guidance. What the law of guidance says is that it's easier to pull somebody your way than it is to push them your way. Somebody comes up to you and tells you, hey, no, you're doing this wrong. This is exactly how you need to do it. Most people, especially us hard-headed salesmen, are going to be like, this is how I've always done it, so don't come and try to tell me how to do my job. But if they come to us and they say, hey man, you did a great job on that one, here's something you can do next time that I think would have really helped you in that situation. That's a much better way to lead, and you're going to get much more response or receptiveness when you're pulling somebody your way rather than pushing them your way. When people push me, I push back. I don't know how you are, but I assume most of you are the same way. So that's what the law of guidance is. How do you guide? Do you push people or do you pull people? If you're pushing people, they're gonna push back. If you're pulling people, then you get people that will follow you and follow you loyally if you can, produce results for them. So that's the law of guidance. The law of example kind of goes along with this, which is practice what you preach. If you're a leader in any sort of organization and you just sit in your office all day, come out, bark orders, go out to meetings, don't talk to your guys, your employees, see how they're doing or encourage them. That's not a good way to lead people. The best way to lead people that I've found is by example. So if I've got somebody, new on the sales crew, I'll hop on the phone and I will do my best to outwork them, regardless of whatever else I have going on, just to show them that, hey, this is how this works. And if you want to be here, then you're going to at least work as hard as I am or outwork me. And so it sets a tone, and everything in leadership, everything in business rolls down from the bottom. So if you've got a CEO that's unhappy, then his direct management's going to be unhappy, and that goes all the way down the line. And then you have a whole company of people that are unhappy, all because this guy's got a problem with his wife. So if you're going to be a leader, keep your life in check, but most of all, practice what you preach. Number 3, the law of selflessness. Law of selflessness basically says, hey, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So as a leader, and as I guess an owner of a company or CEO of a company, the best thing that you can do, from my experience, is to be selfless. To be selfless in what you're trying to do. Number one, if you're not selfless, you're selfish, and once the money starts coming in, that's going to turn into greed, and you'll probably lose it. So, selfless in what you're doing, selfless in how you serve not only your clients but also your employees, and selfless in the way that you go about it. Meaning you don't have hidden agendas or hidden intentions when you're dealing with people. So, if you are selfless and you serve other people, then they will intrinsically want to serve you whether or not you ask them to. And that's a very, very critical thing to have in business. When you have people that want to serve you, that want to go the extra mile, that want to impress you, that want to do a good job because you tell them that they're doing a good job, or because you've gone out of your way to do something nice for them that they would have never expected, that can take you very far in business, especially depending on who that person is. So be selfless. Again, if you scratch other people's back, they'll tend to scratch yours. That goes along with the law of reciprocity, which is if I give you something, you feel like you are obligated or obliged to return something back to me. So number 4 is the law of neutral. I could probably figure out a better name for this one. I probably will. I thought about calling it the law of bias, but we'll see. So basically what this says is don't make a decision based on assumption or opinion. If you're in a position of leadership, in a position of management, you're going to hear a lot of gossip. You're going to hear a lot of rumors. You're going to hear about people's past. You're going to hear a lot of hearsay, and you're going to overhear a lot of conversations that you may or may not agree with. But in life in general, and especially if you're leading a business, or a team or a group or whatever you're leading, if you've got people following you, then until you have all the facts or until you hear it from the horse's mouth, don't make decisions based on what other people have to say or what your outside perspective or opinion may be. Make your decision based on the fact finding or that person omitting to you that they maybe did something wrong or whatever it may be. So, don't stay neutral on all sides when you're in leadership, because just because you may not like the characteristics of one person or they might not be your best employee, just to stay safe and to make sure that your employees are happy, then make sure you don't play favorites, if you will. That'll drive people away quicker than a lot of things. So that's number 4, law of neutral. We'll see if that changes. You guys will find out in my book. Number 5, law of attention. I think it was Oren Clough. I watched a video, Oren Clough on London Real, and he said that attention is persuasion power. Meaning the more time you give me with your attention, the more likely I am to be able to persuade you. So the 5th law is the law of attention. And this is more of a statement, but I'm sure it will resonate with you, which is, hey man, if you're not going to listen to me, why should I listen to you? If you're not going to take my suggestions, why should I take yours? If you're not going to take my feedback, why should I take yours? If you're not going to listen to, my training, why should I listen to yours? Or my experience, why should I listen to yours? So you have to give people your attention. And what I've found is that even with people that it's hard to do this with, because maybe they talk too much, or they talk about things that you're not interested in, or they annoy you for whatever reason, they just rub you the wrong way. If you give them your attention, then they're much more likely to give you their attention back, number 1, but also some of those characteristics are there because that person's probably in an unhealthy place as far as their personality and their integration goes. So they have unhealthy traits. So if you give them their attention, you might have an opportunity to actually have them listen to you so that you could potentially help them if you have something to offer them. People say that the best quality that a salesman can have is the ability to listen. And that's true with your clients and with your team. So that's law of attention. Give your teammates your attention. Give your your team your attention, and they'll be much more receptive to what you have to say to them. So the conclusion of all this is that effective leaders get direction from the people that they lead. And I think that we can say that for politicians. We can say that for CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies. We can say that for a lot of people of affluence, is that they get direction from the people that they lead. So that's what I'm here to leave you with. If you are in leadership, management, owning a company, whatever it may be, understand that you should be getting your direction from the people below you, because they're the ones that are down there in the trenches. They know what's going on in the nitty-gritty, and if you listen to them, then they'll help you to solve problems. If you're off doing your own things, problems persist, they may grow, and they may become detrimental. So all important things to keep in mind as far as your business, your leadership is everything. As you get started, creating the right culture and making sure you have a business that is conducive to growth. So hopefully that was of some value to you guys. I will definitely be producing more content here as we move forward. I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your sharing, your engagement, and I will see you next week. Talk to you sooner, and go out there and finish out the week strong. Thanks.